What's going on, guys? My name is Big Hods, and this is Call of Duty Black Ops. Today I've got gameplay from a guy named Kenraali, who is, of course, a fellow Redditor. And this is just a game that I wanted to use because he messaged me saying, hey, I've got some pretty decent gameplay that you might want to use, so I went and checked it out, and he was being a bit modest because this is actually a 30-0 free-for-all that he has on Havana. And 30-0 free-for-alls don't come very often, but that's not exactly what I wanted to talk about. I've actually got a kind of funny story to tell you guys about that happened to me last weekend. And as a little bit of a backdrop for this, I come from a town where there's just tons and tons of lakes. I think there's 26 or 28 lakes just in my small town alone. And so what we do around here is we go out on boats. You know, we wakeboard, we ski, we tube, blah, blah, all that stuff. But most of the time we're just always out on the water during the summer. And last weekend was no different than this. We have a thing here called Mardi Gras on the lake. And so everyone goes out and parks their boats in the middle of the lake, ties them all up to each other, and pretty much we all just get wasted. And, you know, they had a live band out there, and there was probably, it wasn't a big one this year because there was not like the greatest of weather, but there was still, you know, 60, 70 boats out there. And at the end of the day, we all put our cell phones in a Ziploc bag so they wouldn't get wet or fall into the lake or anything. And I had a friend here from out of town, and at the end of the day, somehow the Ziploc bag got put into my friend Stephanie's car, and none of us knew about this except for the person that put him in there, who wasn't even riding in that car, so I don't know how they made it into her car. But they did, and we didn't know about this until she was back home the next day, which is 2.5 hours away about. So I called her up, or actually I didn't call her because I didn't have my phone, but I got a hold of her on Twitter and Facebook, and I was like, will you go look in your car to see if the phones are in there? And of course they were in there. So I was like, alright, well, would you mind sending them next day mail so we could get them here tomorrow, because I didn't really feel like going and driving to pick them up. I was lazy, hungover, and mail just sounded like a way better idea at the time. And she said, of course, yeah, whatever, no big deal. Tell your friend that I hate him and he's an idiot, and punch him in the face for me. Actually, I don't think she said in the face, but she said punch him. And so I was like, okay, well, this won't be that big of a deal. I'll go without my phone for a day. I just talked to her. This happened on Sunday, by the way, and it is now Friday. So I talked to her 2 days ago, and I was like, hey, you shipped our phones out, right? And she's like, yeah, why? I'm like, well, we still haven't gotten them. When are they supposed to get here? She was like, oh, Friday. I'm like, really? You didn't get next day mail? She's like, no, why? And so I just stopped talking to her because I was a little frustrated at the time. Like, would you want to go without your phone for a week? Because I don't want to. And so, yeah, moral of the story, don't put your drunken friend in charge of your cell phone, because it will end up hours and hours away and you'll not have a cell phone for about a week. And I don't even, like, it's still not in the mail today, and it's 6:30 at night, so I don't know what's going on, if the mail guy is just late or what's going on, but it looks like I'm not going to have my phone for another day. And so yeah, this has been a long week without a phone. I don't know if you guys have actually experienced this, but for me, not having a phone is being a huge pain in my ass. It's just kind of how you get a hold of everyone, and without that, all I'm left to is Facebook chat, which is just not a great way to get a hold of your friends and actually make plans. But I hope you guys enjoyed the story of me getting drunk and losing my cell phone for a week. And I hope you enjoyed the gameplay, because it was a 30-0 free-for-all, so that's pretty hard to do. Give a thumbs up for Kenraali, and I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.